Gonna be a tough uphill battle from here. Eagles lose to the Toledo Walleye 4-2 in Game 1 of the conference finals. Discipline and special teams. I know I talk about it a lot, but it seems like every Eagles loss so far this playoffs has come down to those two things. From the start of the first, both teams were really feeling each other out. Really, the first 10 minutes of the game, neither team was playing very aggressively and were just kind of trying to figure out what they could and couldn't get away with. It was a fairly even period, but the Eagles are doing a better job of protecting the dangerous areas of the ice, and early in the first they were out shooting the Walleye 5-1. As the period progressed, the Walleye goalie Jeff Lerg was playing extremely well. He was just stonewalling everything the Eagles were throwing at him. With 5 minutes to go in the period, Geertsen takes a bit of a dumb penalty. After a whistle had already been blown, he tried to get into it and got sent off for it. Luckily, the Eagles kill it. That gives them a ton of momentum, and just 2 minutes later, they manage to score the first goal of the game. Directly off the face-off, the puck's going to come back to Zahn. Zahn's going to throw it on net. It gets blocked, but it floats right down to Bootland. On the initial try, he kind of fans on it, and it gets blocked, but the second effort is enough to manage to flip the puck into the net. And the Eagles take the lead off Bootland's first of the playoffs. Feels good. Now every single Eagles forward has at least 1 point. A lead that late in the period, you'd really like to see them get out of the period with it, but with just 20 seconds left to go, they let in the equalizer. Walleye have the puck behind the Eagles' net. They're going to try and throw it out front. It ends up bouncing off of 2 Eagles players and then right to Hirschfeld, who just puts it in the open net. Pretty unlucky, but an unlucky goal is still a goal, and we go into the first intermission tied. The second period, if not for Alex Belzile, would have been a complete disaster. After the first period ending buzzer, the Eagles took another penalty trying to start some stuff. Again, that lack of discipline always comes back to bite them. It takes less than 30 seconds into the second period for the Walleye to take advantage of that power play. A puck battle down in the near corner. The Walleye are going to end up winning it, and all 4 Eagles players are going to come crashing into the one corner of their defensive zone. That leaves a ton of room for the other 3 Walleyes players in this game to go wherever they want. It ends up coming out to the middle. He dishes it down low, and Walters just taps it in. So now the Eagles are trailing by 1, and you can tell even after that goal, they are still extremely flat in the second. They did not come out prepared. Less than a minute later, the Eagles make one of their classic defensive critical mistakes to go down by 2. Sam Jardine is carrying the puck in behind the Eagles' net. He's going to end up getting it stripped on the far side of the net, and it's going to come out back to the Walleye. Boykov makes a nice play to knock it loose right here, and you're going to see Jardine again is going to have it right on his stick, but he's not going to be able to clear it. That's going to result in a second turnover, and it ends up in the back of the net. Jardine was dressed as the 7th defenseman tonight. Play like that is a good way to get yourself benched again. From there, the Eagles take another penalty. Luckily, again, they do manage to kill this one. Shortly after that, both teams get matching minors, and about a minute into the 4-on-4, the Walleye take another penalty. So the Eagles have a minute of 4-on-3 and then an additional minute of a regular power play time after that. Of course, it's the Eagles, so they fail to score. Their power play lack of scoring continues on into the conference finals here, and it's really starting to be a problem. For the middle 10 minutes of the second, the Eagles are just trying to play way too cute. They're making one pass too many way too often, turning over the puck a lot, and firing shots right into defensemen when they shouldn't even be shooting. Finally, with just over 2 minutes to go, they break through. Alex Belzile, just keeping it simple, manages to get them within 1 again. Marto's going to make a nice pass from the point to the near circle where Garbowski's just going to toss it on net. Belzile out in front is just going to outwork his man, reach out, and tap it in. So after an ugly period for the Eagles, they're only down 1. Could be a lot worse. In the third, the Eagles come out pushing really hard. They manage to draw a penalty just 2 minutes into the period, and they have a big power play chance to try and get this game back tied. Sadly, the power play looks bad. I mean really bad. We're talking like Avalanche levels of bad. They couldn't even get it across the blue line. I think they managed to do it once. From there, the Walleye lock it down. The Eagles are not able to penetrate at all and settling for outside shots far too often, seeing them get blocked a lot of the time. Throughout the period, they do get 4 or 5 good chances, but Jeff Lerg is just playing too well until finally Lazo rings one off the post. Bit unfortunate for the Eagles. They've been getting a lot of good luck with bounces so far through the playoffs, and that one wasn't good. With Lurg being a brick wall in net, time ticks down. The Eagles eventually pull their goalie, and the Walleye have little trouble dumping it into the empty net, and the game ends 4-2. The Walleye go 1 for 4 on the power play, the Eagles 0 for 3, and that 1 goal difference, that's what it is right there. Considering how bad the second period was and the fact that we only lost by 1 goal really, I'm hopeful that Game 2 will look a lot better and the Eagles can even up the series before coming home to Colorado. That is the end of this game review. Thank you for watching. By the time you see this, Game 2 will likely already be over, so look forward to that video shortly. I'm Rudo3, and it's starting to get hot wearing this jersey.